Ritu, thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on Paris Has Fallen. Having so much fun watching the series. Tell us a little bit about Zara.
Sure. Okay, Zara is an MI6 agent. She's kind of new to it all, so she's prone to making some mistakes, and she's trying to prove herself a bit. Um, she's also in a relationship with a woman who is struggling with drug addiction, and she's also not she hasn't shared that her job with her partner either. So there's a lot of trust issues floating around. And she joins this task force with Vincent, and they are in this high stakes operation trying to capture a terrorist who is seeking revenge from the government.
You touch on something right there on your personal relationship. One of the things that really struck me was the way when she kind of gets a sense of what you're doing. In a way, she talks about how it's an escape for her from what she has to do and to have to tell her significant other about some of the things that she does. Is there real love there, or is it kind of a parallel to what she's having to deal with her drug addiction in order to keep her problems away? Because that was a really interesting part of your character.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because she's sort of saying, "You're keeping this secret from me," but she's also keeping the secret from her. So it is an intentional parallel, story wise. Yeah.
And
Is that what you said?
tell me a bit about working with Tafik as who's Vincent, because like you said, again, trust issues. What's great about this series, the Fallen films and everything, is because there's a lot of internal turmoil because you don't know who to trust. And as the series progresses, which is great, this is in a series and not a movie, you guys have to find ways to trust each other.
Mm.
So what was it like to work with Tafik and to build that with each other?
Yeah, great. He was so great to work with. Really light-hearted, hardworking, and generous. So yeah, I loved working with him. We had a lot of fun. And trust-wise, yeah, I trusted him. I guess I, I don't know if it wasn't anything that we did particularly to make each other trust each other. I think you just spend more time with someone. They don't do anything to break your trust. It was very easy with him.
Obviously, this series is really action oriented. We've seen you in action scenes before in other series. What do you do to prepare for that? And how many of the stunts do you get to do yourself?
Um, I mean, I love doing my stunts. And there was a lot of training. Didn't have much time beforehand because I was just coming, like, there just wasn't much prep time. So it was sort of on the job. Um, so days that I wasn't shooting, I'd come in and train. We were doing jujitsu, boxing, gun training. Yeah, it was a lot of physical stuff, and then we'd be learning choreo. It was dope.
Given that this was part of a franchise with the previous films, have you watched those before? Or did you watch them to get prep for this, or did you just kind of left this as a standalone project to kind of give it your own spin?
Sorry, what was that question?
Given that this is part of a franchise that's had a couple of films before already, that's really beloved by a lot of action fans. Did you watch them? Have you watched them before filming?
I hadn't watched them when the part came through, and then I wanted to watch some stuff to get an idea of the tone, but I also didn't want it to influence me too much because they're so different. So here and there I did.
Awesome. Ritu, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate getting to spend a few minutes with you today. Congratulations on the series, and we hope everybody out there enjoys it on Hulu.
Thanks so much, Manny. Lovely to speak to you.